Hello, ladies. What you gonna do, brother, when the big VALBOWSKI runs wild on you? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And when Val Venis said, hello, ladies, I think he was referring to CM Punk. He's the biggest fanny of them all.
Yes, he is. Who, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the biggest fanny of them all? Well, it's you, Phil Brooks. Not that legend, the big VALBOWSKI brother.
Yeah, so Val Venis over the past few weeks has been on Twitter. He's called it CM Punk. He's called it Liv Morgan. He was defending Hulk Hogan's honor. He wants to kick CM Punk's arse on behalf of Hulk Hogan. And he was also defending Finny Mac. So, Val Venis went up in my estimation.
Yeah, he was pretty decently up in my estimation, but you know what?
I always liked Val. Chief Morley.
Aye, can't complain with a bit of foul in your life.
Bring him in and see Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis. Get them to fuck.
Get them out of here.
Get this guy in.
Take me to the son of a bitch.
McMahon, new company, Val Venis. Why can't he be the world champ? Or
GM.
at least be the GM or something?
Aye.
Just
the commissioner.
Just because they're in battering anybody who's not far right.
Aye.
Anyway, so CM Punk, calling it Hogan, did the whole trolling thing after he attacked Hogan the week before, said he'd throw his dusty ass over the top rope, and then we have Val Venis replying to this, and he said, quote, I've already kicked CM Punk's ass and remain undefeated against Punk. I'd have zero problems stepping up to throw the communist Punk in the trash can where him and his insane political views belong, on behalf of Hulk Hogan, unquote, brother.
And I'll tell you what, it's like Hulk Hogan is just getting it for all angles, and it's pathetic for Punk. Why not actually phone him up? Or, it's these half digs at Hogan, and he's not man enough to say it to his face. And also, what you got to bear in mind here, folks, it isn't 1996 anymore. Hogan's an old man. Val Venis can still go. So can CM Punk.
I would bet my life on Val Venis whooping the absolute shit of Punk in a real fight, man.
Yep.
I don't care if Punk had 2 fights in MMA.
Aye.
I mean, look how he performed in them. Fuck me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not to say Val Venis would last long either, but when it came to an all-out fight and no rules, Val Venis is winning every day.
I think CM Punk would beat up most people on the WWE roster. Val Venis isn't on the WWE roster.
And the WWE roster's full of fuds.
Aye, so
Did he, man?
let's see what kind of reaction Val Venis has got here. Let's see what kind of comments we have. By the way, we're on Fog Football. We're on our other Twitter channel. That's the only reason we're not following Val. We do follow him on Fog Wrestling. But another guy that's a big fanny is this fadeaway media guy. Just, marks out over wrestling.
Cinema, they cooked with this one.
Just a guy that's making money off pretending that wrestling's great on Twitter. What a life, what an existence. But Mr. Lucky said, I'm not a fan of Punk either.
All the guy does is upload clips of wrestling and pretend it's his own.
CM Punk is a left-wing piece of garbage throwing a temper tantrum over losing the election. That's what Venis needs to do to Punk. Just get him in the corner and battle the shit. That is CM Punk, actually.
Yeah, it must be about like 2007 when...
What the hell?
That looks like Sunday Night Heat. Some weird ass show, but big Val. Like, look at him getting stuck.
That's what it looks like.
Val Venis would batter him.
Donovan says, Punk wishes he was like Hulk, macho, perfect Andre Piper. I seen a clip of him thinking of putting back a pair of sneakers. Punk will never be a top paid guy, even if he held championships. Paper chump Punk. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'd like to think that Punk's got enough money to buy a pair of trainers.
Yeah, well, to be fair...
Oh, he has a lefty, he could have just stole them.
See, to be fair, I know I've seen the
Chicago.
He bought 3 pairs. One was like $89, one was like $124, and the other one was like $2,900. I don't fucking blame him. I'd have put them back. I mean, CM Punk's a lot. See, spending $3,000 on trainers. Have a fucking word with yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to bash Punk because he's not making dumb fucking purchases when it comes to expensive trainers. I mean, Ric Flair went out and bought $15 grand robes and shit, and look how that worked out for him.
I just...
Into his 70s, filing for bankruptcy and all this stuff.
There's people that buy shoes to keep them in a room in their house. And not to wear them, folks, to put them on display. That's weird.
Yeah, to be fair to Punk, he doesn't really come across as a guy that's here, I've got money, so I'm going to dress like I'm rich.
No,
he does look like a bum 24/7, so I mean, yeah.
No, it's funny though, it's hard to... Val Venis calls him a communist, which, he is pretty left-leaning, right? But it's hard to be a communist when you're filthy rich. Communism's either like, you're a dictator part of the left wing, or you're just at the bottom of the barrel, Con?
One or the other. Eric Cordova says, just to pile on, I did a media at a Comic-Con type event, and the only wrestler that wouldn't talk to me was Punk. On the contrary, Val, You've always been cool as hell, and I'm glad we reconnected on here.
Reconnected.
I mean, I think Punk does seem like a dick that when they speak to you.
Yeah. And you know what? He's obnoxious, and he is an arsehole.
Yeah, but he picks and chooses his fights. Look at all those people he called out in AEW. All we 5-foot guys that weigh 100 pounds.
Yeah.
I doubt he'd go up to Val Venis' face and say, "Do you want to go, big man?"
I know, and it's the same with Ryan Nemeth. It seems like CM Punk used to get battered back in the day quite a lot.
Punk probably got battered in the mid 2000s, and now that the wrestling business is full of losers, now Punk's the one doing the battering.
Yeah, it's just absolutely crazy.
Fucking JBL should come back. He'd have a field day now.
I'll tell you what, we've got a comment up next. Alexandro Bagazzi. I don't remember when you defeated CM Punk as our video, so I can watch it. I remember your victory against Christopher Daniels in TNA in 2010.
Aye, what a guy.
When was Val Venis in TNA?
You don't remember his run, no?
No.
Big Sean Morley? Fuck aye.
Was he world champ?
No, but I remember he came in and beat Daniels, and Daniels was getting a big push at the time. Morley just came in and squashed him.
Like the wee...
That was during the Hogan era.
Like the wee...
Maybe Hogan brought him in.
Let's watch some of that TNA.
Straight Edge, Better Call Punk says, "You're going to do nothing, old man. You're not his level, stay in your mid-area. Punk's pinky finger has more legacy than your career. He's the biggest draw and can do whatever he wants. Stop crying and don't make a fool of yourself. Watch your league." I'm gonna... Listen, I think that choppy your pee-pee segment is fucking way more famous than anything Punk could ever achieve.
But not the funny thing is, he says, "You're going to do nothing, old man," right? He says
Punk's
that.
a young gun.
No, but he says that, it's like, it's real. It's real. Then he goes on to mention like the kayfabe stuff. About, oh, you're just you're a mid-carder, and Punk's a... See, status in the wrestling business in terms of where you're on the card, that's got nothing to do with your ability as a fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Donald Birkenhead said he's trolling Hogan and there's not a fucking thing you can do about it. Sit and stew in your never wassism.
Waithism.
Waisism.
Waithism.
He can mock him all he wants, he'll never have the name Hulk Hogan does. People that don't give a shit about pro wrestling know who Hulk Hogan is. You ask someone who doesn't know anything about wrestling who CM Punk is, they'll ask if that's a person, place, or thing. I mean, that is true.
Yep.
You listen... You see, unless you are a big wrestling fan or a wrestling fan to some degree, you don't know who CM Punk is.
No.
There's a very good chance that you've never watched wrestling ever, and you will know who Hulk Hogan is.
Yeah.
Very few people have that.
And Hulk Hogan's it.
And Hulk Hogan's one of them.
No, Hulk Hogan, right? I would say is genuinely embedded into the cultural society of America. CM Punk is probably see CM Punk, is he embedded into Chicago? A shithole fucking, city? Probably. But he's not in America.
Yeah. Anyway, right, Saints are life. This guy wants to act like his ego isn't exactly like Hogan's, except Hogan worked his ass off. Punk just rides a shoot he made years ago.
That's it. 14 years ago he made that shoot and he's still fucking living off it. And so's his feuds. So the people he feuds with, man, it's pathetic.
Val's looking a wee bit done there, though, isn't he?
Nah, big foul, man.
Still batter.
Doesn't matter about the shape, it matters about the fucking the fortitude.
And the velocity of these punches that you're throwing. Alright, now we'll move on to Val Venis and Liv Morgan. He's talking about Elimination Chamber. He says that Liv Morgan's Elimination Chamber is well funded, and we've got a wee blood drop there. So Liv Morgan says for the remainder of July. Now I don't know why he plucked this tweet out like fucking from 3 years ago or whatnot. But he said, for the remainder of July, she said, for the remainder of July, I've lowered my cameo price so we can receive as many donations as possible for the National Network of Abortion Funds. So, basically, Liv Morgan here is just halving the price of her cameo purely so that she can increase donations for kids to be aborted. Val Venis, obviously not liking that.
He's pro-life.
He's pro-life, damn it. Here we go. Most wrestlers are woke leftists, not a shock. I know that she's a weirdo, but not that kind of weirdo. Sad. It does seem weird that you're desperate to make money for kids to be, killed. Bit strange.
It's a weird manoeuvre.
This guy here, Sen Gregorio Matti, says, her career more successful than yours. And by the way, Shane is better than you.
Who's Shane?
I don't know, but I mean... Yo, Fal, I just started watching again to root for the heels and laugh at this goofy bullshit. Do all these divas have Adam's apples?
Yeah. I think they do, buddy.
Possibly they do. Mr. X says, what a disgusting pig. I thought she was the hottest female in wrestling before I read this. Now she's the ugliest.
It is just a weird thing to do. Like you know what? I think abortion's one of the things where it is very split. But I think it's one of those things where there's people on both sides that I do think's genuinely wrong about it. But on the left, you get people who are literally just doing it to kill infants.
They celebrate it.
It's like sick.
Yeah, I probably need to. Maybe there's a place to meet in the middle. No one says you're a fucking loser. Glad your career never went anywhere. I mean, to say Val Venis' career never went anywhere is a stretch.
Yeah.
Look, Val Venis was a good mid-card guy in the greatest era of all time.
It's worth more than Roman Reigns today.
And that's just a fact, man, right? See, Val Venis, he's just unlucky that he was in the Attitude Era. Or else he could have been a top guy, 100%. But I mean, he was around the time where you had Austin, Rock, Taker, Triple H, Michaels, Jericho, Foley, Angle. I mean, what can you do when you're stuck in that kind of talent pool?
Yeah, Val Venis. I love Val Venis. Can't go fucking wrong with Val Venis.
The stubborn May Barry says, one of the dumbest things WWE's done as of late was to fire Mandy Rose and give Morgan her spot. Liv may wrestle better, but she's a total letdown otherwise from Mandy. This is just obnoxious and one reason why I despise modern women's wrestling.
Funded by abortion.
Modern women's wrestling is fucking shite, and you know what? I don't care. Triple H gets told that he does a bad job. It deserves a bad job, I think.
Yeah, most of them are all cretins.
Yeah. Alright, then Val says, quote, nobody cares about what the IWC thinks. It's riddled with leftist basement dwellers sitting around questioning their own genders. End of quote. Can that statement be disagreed with? Can that tweet be...
I'm agreeing with that right on the bang on the money.
Especially the basement dwellers part.
Aye.
I get second-hand embarrassment watching wrestling.
Aye, Tony. They're all, man, it's like... They're just all cretins. I can't stand them. I'm glad here on Fog Wrestling we've got a true fan base. Real fucking people.
Yeah. Then Val Venis says, say a prayer for Liv Morgan. Life is a continuum from conception till death. Hopefully one day soon, Liv Morgan will realise the truth, embrace the truth, and advocate for the truth. Nobody is perfect, but we can all learn and strive for the best of the best before following that up with saying, the gender-confused IWC basement dwellers are mad. Wait till they find out the fact that as of February 5th, 2025, Nyla Rose and Giselle Shaw are still men.
Well, they are.
You think he likes Rick Steiner?
Yeah. February 26th, 2001,
Nothing's changed.
2030, they are what they were born, and nothing will change. You know what I mean? That is it. That's the fact of the matter is this. And you know what? I think even though it's the same kettle of fish, at least Giselle Shaw's done a better job than fucking Nyla Rose, I'll say that.
Aye, what's Nyla Rose done to actually make an effort to look like a woman?
Nothing.
Unless
she's identifying as a fat one, like.
Alrighty, then Val was asked about his former tag team partner Lance Storm, the fact that he supports transing kids and taking kids to drag queen strip clubs. Pretty strange stance there for Lance Storm, but he is Canadian, so I can't say I'm surprised.
No, I'm not surprised, but obviously he forgot to say, can I be serious for a moment before he started doing all this shit.
Hopefully he was being unserious, I'd like to think so.
No, let's be honest, right? It doesn't matter if it's a transgender or a normal strip club.
Kids shouldn't be there.
No, they shouldn't be there. You know what I mean? It's grooming, that's all it is.
Yeah, let's see what Falso said to this, the big VALBOWSKI. He says, quote, I like Lance and respect his ability to think logically when he wants to think logically. However, I strongly disagree with his position on this issue. I don't believe he has ever critically examined the beliefs he supports. Instead, his views seem to be driven by an emotional attachment to the idea of a human right to be trans, gay, or otherwise. It's easy to form opinions based on emotions because it requires a little effort. However, to develop a well-grounded perspective, one must move beyond emotional attachments and critically analyse all aspects of the issue, even the uncomfortable facts. Avoiding those facts to protect an emotional connection isn't critical thinking, it's selective reasoning. Lance appears to have avoided that deeper analysis, instead accepting the left's emotion-driven positions without question. Why? Who knows? It's quite possible a friend, friends, or family members suffer from gender dysphoria and it's someone he cares about. Just thinking out loud. But the fact is, his possession of transing children, if true, is indefensible when analysed with a critical eye. I don't think Val could have said that any better, man. I think that's spot on the fucking money,
That's the guy that went to Harvard.
This is a guy that knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
This is a guy that if you're going to debate somebody, you want him in your corner.
Aye. So, Val, come on over.
If the words don't work, the fists will, you know what I mean? This is...
Hello, Oxford's Dictionary.
Nah, man, that's to me, like, and you're probably just going to... you probably just get a bunch of one-word fucking replies here. Sexist. Transphobic. But, well, let's see what Big Val has got here. Ugh. I remember vividly when Lance was still on here, he's gone to Blue Sky. Oh my god, he's gone to Blue Sky.
What's Blue Sky?
Oh, it's like this. It's a new version of Twitter for all these woke. You don't want to see it. He responded to a video of a man in a dress giving a kid a lap dance and said, "I honestly don't see a problem with this as long as the kid consented to it." Jesus, my estimation of Lance. Not that it was high, like, but it's went down.
You see how this is what we're dealing with.
The kid can't give. The kid
this,
can't.
No, but this is what we're dealing with. 2025. It is better to not upset the transgender than it is
To
to
protect
be
the children.
complicit in a child being given a lap dance. That's where we're at.
Yeah, Lance Storm. I like Val Venis' response. Wow, Blue Sky is where he went. Interesting. That says everything you need to know. Like blue fucking sky.
Oh, happy days.
And don't get that confused with Sky Blue. By the way, this is a totally different thing altogether. Moon Pie Dream says it really sucks seeing what happened to Lance in the last 4 or so years. He's in my top 3.
No, he's out there.
I love his ring work and athletic ability so much, but seeing how woke he became shows he's either isn't thinking things through or is just plain disgusting. Val's right.
He's fucking shite, man. I'm sorry. How can Lance Storm be in your top 3?
Maybe he was a nice guy back then, but he's a total crackpot now and nothing will convince him otherwise. What? He's a bad dude. I don't get that, man. He said, I honestly don't... I think I actually remember seeing that. I think that rings a bell now. I think I actually do remember that post.
It's just sick.
And Lance Storm saying, I honestly don't see the problem with this as long as the kid consented to it.
I don't know if Lance Storm's got children, right? But would he be alright with his own children doing that?
Yeah, what if Lance Storm came home and there's some fucking big drag queen giving a lap dance to his 6-year-old kid or something like that?
Could you imagine
and the kid said, "Oh, it's alright, your child let me in and consented to it."
No, but you know what? It's just see back in 2003, if Lance Storm witnessed this, he'd have fucking called it out. But see now, because he's under the woke liberal mind virus.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So as I said earlier,
even people that were less
it's
white.
better to enable stuff like this, in their opinion, than it is to call out and be transphobic. Even though it's a load of shit, you're not transphobic. For disagreement with that, you're not transphobic.
No, you're calling it something that's just clearly wrong. And finally, Val Venis had to say on Vince McMahon, by the way, Elite Rockers, another absolute shite account on Twitter, by the way.
Yep.
But make sure you follow us on Twitter, because we're not shite Fog Wrestling. But yeah, talking about the federal prosecutors having dropped their criminal investigation into McMahon, which was a whole... I mean, we called this out from day one, didn't we?
Yep.
We looked at the evidence, or should I say the lack of evidence, the conversations in the text messages, and I mean this just screamed out a consensual relation. It's mental. It's absolutely mental. Hear me out. That these people are they're saying that somehow this like rich 70-year-old guy having a consensual affair with a woman that I believe is in her late 30s, possibly early 40s, is somehow horrible, but they're okay with like trans fucking genders giving lap dances to kids. You know, come on, what is going on here?
I know and it's
you know. Anyway,
I just give up, man.
Val Venis says, of course the federal.
No, but what if McMahon cuts his balls off and starts doing lap dances to kids? Is that alright then?
What if McMahon identifies the kid trans age? Are you going to get Janelle Grant in trouble? We're going to sue Janelle Grant for millions. We're going to take WWE away from Janelle Grant.
I'm away to bed.
Anyway, Val Venis says, of course, the federal prosecutors dropped the case. These corrupt federal prosecutors had nothing. I hope the day comes that Vince goes hard against the corruption of federal prosecutors. Now, I mean, I'd love to see McMahon, but I mean, at his age, is there any point really? I mean, he's won. He's going to get away with it. He hasn't done anything to get away with anyway. So, I think McMahon should just sail off into the sunset, start this new wrestling company, and hire Val Venis. That's what I would do.
Yeah, and everyone else that's like-minded thinking. And put the E out of business. How great would it be if McMahon on his deathbed put down a of his business?
Yeah, that would be great. So
obviously I wouldn't want him to die, but everyone dies, sadly.
all elite channel trips will be getting Vince's coffee soon. I fucking wish. Imagine Triple H getting demoted to coffee runner.
Oh, how great would it be?
That would be good. Anyway, guys, that's it. Scariest part was everyone ready to burn him at the stake with zero evidence. I mean, I think it's... Do you not think it's sick how everyone, right, has came out and turned their back on McMahon and not defended him? Like that guy said, zero evidence.
I know.
The only guy that defended McMahon was Cena.
It's crazy though, you know why? Because it's like, we'll see with McMahon, it's not even, to me it's not even due to what he allegedly did, right, which he's been found, he didn't do it. It's more the fact that he buried some of their fucking marks, their indie wrestlers, is why they've went hard on him, and Triple H hasn't. It's simply to do how he books shows, and that's the most damaging thing. See, as much as we hate Triple H, the way he's booking, I would not. See if this same thing came about Triple H, I'd defend the big nose to the end.
See if my theory of Triple H sleeping with Meechin so she can get this mega push is true, and that he was shitting on her, and then she came out and said that, here, he promised me a world title shot if he could shit on me, and he shit on me, and I didn't get my championship, and then he stopped paying me, and she started. I'd be like, nah, well, I mean, it was consensual, so I'm not gonna just bash.
Time to play the game, I'd say.
Yes, well.
Anyway, time to shit on me, chin.
I think Vince McMahon needs to disown some people around him.
He does.
Start with that prick John Laurinaitis. Fucking what a loser he is. He wasn't. Yeah, he was. Remember, he changed sides, and then he realised here, Janelle Grant's no winning this. I'm a victim too. Remember?
I'm not even exaggerating. I think what he's done is worse than fucking Janelle Grant.
Yeah, but
to a point.
Yeah, but he quite. I think at least you could argue that Janelle Grant and McMahon have had the same stance
during this. Stuck to their guns.
I mean, that John Laurinaitis.
He's like a spy.
John Laurinaitis waited, and then it looked like he was on Team McMahon, and then he just switched to Janelle Grant's side and was like, yeah, no, I'm a victim just like Janelle Grant, and then realised that Janelle Grant wasn't winning the case and flipped back to being on McMahon's team. It's actually insane.
Trying to pretend that McMahon was bloody forcing him to do it. Because he thought that. I tell you what, John Laurinaitis is probably the guy in the wrestling business I've got the lowest fucking estimation for these days. Because that's pathetic. That's worse than what Benoit did.
Bet you Animal wishes that Hawk was his real brother and not John Laurinaitis.
I can't believe they're brothers. They're both dead, sadly.
Yeah, well, anyway, McMahon, what a guy. Hopefully he comes back soon, new company. Looking forward to seeing it. Val Venis in charge. Val Venis the enforcer.
It's fun going through Val Venis' tweets.
Just there's a lot of them though, so yeah. Anyway, that's it guys, let us know your thoughts down below. McMahon, we need this guy back in wrestling, we do.